Hello YouTube, and welcome back to episode 6 of The Constant Gardener, titled Back in Black. Hope you're all doing well. Hope the weather is as nice as it is here today. I think we've broken the back of this damp, murky weather we've had for the last few days. Nice bright sunshine, but yeah, pretty cold. But you know, keep on moving and you'll soon warm up. Yeah, so Back in Black, I think I touched on it in the last episode. It's just a nod towards the fact that you know, the whole reason I started this channel, can you start a gardening business for £1,000? It was an open-ended question. Obviously you can you make it successful, is another thing, and only time will tell with that. And you know, I hope you all sort of stick along for the journey. Don't like that word, but yeah, and see how it plays out. At the moment, you know, it's going great guns. I have no complaints. I'm not going to go into finances after today. I'm presently, I think last week I was about sort of £1,450, £1,500. Now we're sort of £1,750. Jobs keep ticking in. That commercial job's done me a massive favour. So the £1,000 is paid back. I'm about £750 in credit. As stated before, any earnings I will be paying tax on, but for this initial period, all the money is going to be reinvested in tools and then possibly a van. But that will be next year, maybe March, April next year. So my first port of call is going to be a lawnmower. Off the back of using the Bang mower in the last episode at the commercial job, it just highlighted to me how, I don't want to say poor, because Mountfield has obviously got a place in the market. They've been relatively successful as a business, but for commercial, I don't think it's gonna last, put it that way. So yeah, while I've got money there, I think mower is the first place. But you know, feel free to leave down in the comments, you know, not Bang, go for a Honda, go for a Still, whatever. You know, I do have the local Still stockist who have reconditioned ones with limited warranty on them and stuff, so I'm going to have a look around and do my homework. Other tools, a few bits and pieces, but nothing major I don't think at the moment. I want to see how the business pans out. Like I said, the van would be ideal. Can we get to March next year the way we're going at the moment? Maybe have £3,000 or £4,000 in the bank and buy a cheap van? Possibly. But you know, just in the same breath as saying that, business could just drop off. So yeah, it's going well at the moment. I've got plenty of work coming in. For me, I keep having to emphasize this isn't for someone, you know, this doesn't now give people or I hope it doesn't give people the idea of I'm jacking my job in, I'm going to do what he does. If you want to do that, do that. You know, that's your choice. If you're that unhappy with the job you're in, then maybe you should. But could I run my household, my wife, my daughter, all the bills on what I earn from the garden maintenance? No chance. No chance. Let's say £1,700 in 6 weeks. That's £300 a week. If you can live off £300 a week, crack on. Go and tell your boss to go forth and multiply. No, but it you know, it does go to prove that you can build a small business gradually, and maybe this time next year I won't be a full-time garden maintenance operative. I might stay here part-time and, you know, just give myself a little bit of a safety net. We'll see how, you know, everything changes very, very quickly. You know, everything with the, you know, I don't want to get into politics, but the government at the moment, the way they're hitting small businesses and national insurance contributions and smashing the farmers for inheritance tax, etc. Yeah, they don't really seem the labour of old of the working people. But yeah, let's not get into politics. So yeah, watch this space and see how the business develops. With regard to here, there is a little bit of news here. I've been massively busy. Massively busy gardening full stop, with the home, with the garden maintenance, and here obviously you can see I've been clearing all the beds. I'll run a little video just to show you I've cleaned out all the garden beds. A few people have asked to see more of this garden. With regard to what I grow and what I do, So it'll break it up nicely doing this video. Yeah, that is just a brief walk around of the beds that I've cleared out. There's all the tubs as well. You might have seen it at the tail end when it walks back to where I'm sitting now, of the planters and everything with the flowers. You can see them behind me, the dahlias and the ivy and whatever. I keep everything. Nothing gets chucked out. If it does get chucked out, it goes into a compost bin. All the trees, shrubs, hedges, garden waste, kitchen waste, everything goes into these. This I'm going to put up another video, a brief one of I actually riddle through all the compost. So this one here was the one that was composting this year. It is now the new one. So the video will show I basically take all the compost out when it's almost done, and then just sieve it. I sieve the whole lot. You don't have to. It can go straight onto beds. It's perfectly fine as it is. I just like a little finer tilth, so I riddle out all the bits of wood, and a lot of plastic. Being next to a main road, we get a lot of litter blown on, and it does find its way in, so it's a good way of working through it. So yeah, you'll see that video, but that was empty. That has been filled, 8-10 inches above 3-4 times already in a week, and you can see now it's already compacted down, so there's everything in there. All, like I said, all the waste from these garden beds, from the flower tubs, from the chicken run and chicken coop, hedge clippings, leaves, everything, and it all makes some fantastic compost. It's a good way of doing it if you've got space at home to do it. You don't need a lot of space. Well, I'm sat in here now, sort of a 3 metre by 3 metre square, if you like, and I've got 3 huge compost bins, so you could replicate this if you have space, and it's a great way of saving money. People are putting up videos, the fellow garden maintenance boys and girls at the moment, about how to make money over Christmas or over the winter period when it slows down. Some people just it's finished, they put their feet up, and if you can afford to do that, fair play to you. So yeah, there is ways of making money, ways of saving money. Everything here, like I said, nothing is wasted. You'll have seen in the polytunnel, after it's been emptied out, all the herb beds have been emptied. Cuttings have been taken from all the herbs. These are rosemary cuttings that I've taken. I've taken the old rosemary plant out, 6 to 8 inches. Just take the bark off on the end, in water, leave that for a week, let them root. I'll pot them up. Do that with the thyme, all the parsley's in there, chive cuttings. Chives are like bulbs anyway, so they sort of multiply and you can just split them. So yeah, again, free for next year. You could make, again, if you did want to make money, you could make up a nice little herb planter and sell those on. I know we do it here. We have like charity fund days and stuff where I sell them. You can sell them for about £10 to £15, and there's zero expense. Yeah, maybe the terracotta pot that they go in, but I think last time we bought a load from the wholesaler at about £2 each, and we were selling like 10 to 15 quid. Compost is free, like I said. All the herbs are free if you've taken the cuttings. But likewise as well, you can see I'm surrounded by strawberries. I think I've taken, you've seen the strawberry beds. Again, that's 1.8 metres by 0.8 metres. It's not a big bed. And all the runners have been out, so I've tidied those beds out, cut all the runners off. You can plant those into pots as they first come out as runners, put little wire staple over them, they'll root into your pot. I tend to let them just go straight over into the wood chip paths, and they root into the wood chip paths, and you can just lift them straight out. They have roots on, bang straight in. Just give us a second, I'll just disappear and I'll get up. You know, I have finished doing the cuttings, strawberry cuttings. I think I've got about 250 of full over there, all around strawberry cuttings behind me. Again, you can sell those. You could sell those at £1 a piece easily next year. Keep them in, you know, under cover when it gets really cold in your polytunnel or in your greenhouse, inside maybe in a conservatory. Yeah. New plants, look at the root systems on them already, pushing through. Just want to grow. They want to grow. You know, you have to go a long way to damage them. Give me a second. So here we go, guys and girls. Prime example. These are runners. So you would have, I'm not trying to patronise people, there's loads of you out there who know how this works, but for people that don't, just a way of, you know, creating plants for next year or selling plants. Main plant, so this is the main plant, shoots out a runner. That will root, as you can see. Send out another one. Ideally, you would take the runner next to the main plant. That's going to be your strongest plant. I don't know if I've got my secateurs, but you know, a lot of these are seconds and thirds. But that, compost in a pot. That's a strawberry plant for next year. £1, £2. I don't know what they go for now at B&Q or wherever. I don't, because I don't buy them. They're free. So yeah, sell some plants, make some money selling plants. It's free. Or just, you know, grow some plants if you want to grow some plants for yourself, like we were saying about politics and farmers and food security. I love it. I love growing my own food, straight out into the garden from the kitchen. Salad leaves, cabbages, onions, potatoes, herbs. It's great. It's great. Why wouldn't you? Why would you buy the crap that are on supermarket shelves when you can, you know, you don't need a huge, you've seen what I grow here, how many beds I have. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds and the 2 behind me. Grow all the veg. They use it in the kitchens here. Yeah, ideally we would have more covered greenhouse or polytunnels to grow more tomatoes and summer fruits and stuff. But yeah, if you replicated this at home in a small area, you definitely significantly reduce your shopping bill. So there is a lot of different ways of saving money, and I love doing it. Like I said, I still have that. It's that magical wonderment of like when you were a kid and you know you first ever did it with some kitchen roll or whatever it is, toilet paper and cress seeds, and put them in the airing cupboard, and you know a few days later, oh, there's roots on them and there's a plant, and it's great. I think it's fantastic. Nature wins every time. You have to go a long way to not make things grow. Like I said, all of these flowers, the dahlias and the ivies and God knows what else I've got behind me. All the geraniums are bought in, everything. It'll be used next year. You know, there's winter pansies and stuff. There's the box hedging. They're all cuttings. You know, these are knocking on a couple of years old. Trim them down, you see, all nicely uniformed, but you know, they would cost you a lot of money, but it's a cutting. You know, take cuttings from roses, all the plants, woody plants, lavender, everything. Take cuttings, put it in a pot. If you've got the compost and you've got the free pots from your purchases from, you know, garden centres and stuff, then why not? So yeah, have a look at the compost video, see what you think. It's just me. What we're going to be doing today is this compost, which you probably can just about see. I'll do a close-up. This is last year's, fully broken down, just needs, well, you could put that now. You could put that on a bed. Still got some nice big woody bits in it. I tend to riddle it. Right, I'll put it on time lapse because you don't want to watch me 3 hours worth of yeah, something different for you today. Like I said, the main thing was to let you know about the business. Jobs going forward, I'm back at the commercial job again on Thursday. I've taken 2 extra days annual leave this week, so I'm going to be off Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Tuesday I've got a big hedge job and a garden clearance in the afternoon. Wednesday I've got 2 garden clearances, and then Thursday obviously the commercial job. So, you know, not too shabby, as they say. So I'm very happy with the way things are going. Could that change next year? Absolutely, because it could. We don't know what's around the corner. I was watching one of the guys. I leave the details down below. I think he's called Peter, the tattoo gardener. Sorry if I'm wrong with that. He put one up the other day, and he was at a job, got into his van, ignition in, wouldn't turn. Whole ignition barrel gone. He was saying it's a commonish problem, but you know, that's going to cost him a fortune. And yeah, none of us make loads and loads of money, do we? So you never know. You never ever know what's around the corner. Can you plan for it? You can't plan for every eventuality. You've just got to try and cover your bases as best you can. Yeah, so here, a little bit of news on here. I'm not going to go into great detail. It doesn't have any consequence to you guys. Possibly has a consequence. Well, it will have a consequence either way, or however it pans out. I've been here 15 years. 15 years this month. I work for a very large company that has separate divisions within it. I have worked through most of those divisions in the catering area of things over the years. The division of the company I'm in at the moment is being scrapped. They don't want it anymore, for want of a better word. It doesn't make them enough profit. Where does that leave us? I don't know. They're selling a lot of the units in this division. We are one of a few, very few, that are left in the UK. We have a proposed buyer in the pipeline. Will they keep everyone on? Will they do, buy it, chop it all down to the bare minimum, work on a skeleton workforce for maximum profit? Will we get made redundant? Will I get offered another job in another division with the company? I don't know. So yeah, things can change very, very quickly. Another reason why I was setting up the gardening business, obviously it was something to move into, because I'm not a huge fan of the company I work for and the environment I work in. Not this environment, but as in a corporate environment. So yeah, I might be made redundant. You know, they are talking about, if it is, I think it's only statutory redundancy, which is a bit of a joke. 15 years work. I think it's capped at 12 years because it's only statutory redundancy. The company won't pay any of it. It will be through your NI contributions, and I think it works out a week for every year you worked. Cheers. Sorry, no, it's not. It's a week and a half if you're over 42, so I get a week and a half. So that's capped at 12 years. That's 18 weeks. 4.5 months, plus any money's owed, any holidays owed. And I think it's 3 months in lieu of notice, which they will give us the 3 months, so we won't get paid out for that. So yeah, maybe 4 or 5 months pay, which is, I can't complain. There's people in a lot worse situations than I am. So yeah, watch this space. It's a bit of a turn up for the books, but also, if you remember as well, the slightly concerning thing is my wife works for the same company. Ooh. So that's, the whole household income could just come to an abrupt end. So yeah, like I said, Peter, the tattoo gardener, He's got his woes, I've got my woes potentially. But yeah, I've got confidence in my ability. I can always find work. I can go back into chefing. I can do plastering again. I can always pick up work. As long as it pays the mortgage and pays the bills, and we can keep our head above water, it's not too bad. And I'm sure you all have your own little worries and financial insecurities in the background, so I won't harp on about it. Thank you very much for watching again. I'm going to get moving because the sun is out, but it's very, very cold, and I have broad beans to plant. I have overwintering onions to plant out, lots of those. I have garlic, pink germander. Yeah, I like to overwinter them. They're a stronger product after winter. They don't tend to grow, obviously. They get a little shoot, and then they get all their strength being out in the cold, and then next year they're ready to go. So it's a good way of doing it if you've got the space, because there's not a lot else you've got growing. So yes, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for commenting, subscribing, liking, sharing, everything else that you do. We're almost up to 100 subscribers, which I'm well happy about. I don't know if that's good or it's bad. Probably not good, as in, you know, some people have like 5 million. But yeah, for 6 weeks, yeah, I'm well happy, and I've really enjoyed the conversation with a lot of you that have contacted me. Feel free, like I said, I will answer every comment. Anyway, I'm waffling. Hope you enjoyed the compost video. Probably not. Hope you enjoyed the little walk around. And if you want to see any more of this, like I said, it just breaks it up a bit. Next week it will be back to some garden maintenance. But like I said, I just want to break it up a bit. So yeah, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with. And I'll see you next week. See you soon.